Hallo und herzlich willkommen zur 52. Folge von Suzerain. Immer noch ohne Apfel. Heute haben wir unser Briefing on the Diplomatic Strategy im White Room. Mal schauen, was es so wird. The doors to the White Room, like everything else in the Maroon Palace, Nerve Center, were painted white. I took a deep breath before pushing them open. Time for yet another meeting. At least this time it was with people who liked me. The attendees rose from their seats. Mr. President. Joseph nodded. He and Lucian sat down while David remained standing. And now that you are here, let's talk about the diplomatic strategy. David cleared his throat. Mr. President, if I may, I would like to provide you with a short overview of where we are at right now. Go ahead. Although we didn't make a trade deal with Agnolia, we succeeded in making one with welchem, which means we have increased our presence in the region. These deals were important pieces of leverage and significant first steps into the global arena. We must now look towards the future. It's time to take the next steps. Precisely. David sat down, pulled out a few papers and started going through them as he kept talking. While in the Agnolia were practice runs, we must begin improving our relationships with greater nations. We need to elevate our international standing, especially with the threat of Ramburg looming. Joseph cleared his throat. Thanks to your wise investments, Sotland's army is on its way to becoming a force to be reckoned with. Whether it be Ramburg or anyone else, we can handle outside the threats just fine. We don't need to beg for help anymore. From anyone. You're right, I will not let Sotland look weak. A military perspective is important, but these deals are about more than just gaining allies. We also need to consider the benefits to our economy. Such deals will provide, especially when we are still struggling to end the recession. David took a seat and brought out 2 stacks of documents. At the start of our turn, I had a comprehensive trade deal plan laid out. Following the visits to welchem and Agnolia, we were to pursue potential trade deals with 2 greater nations. Welk's is one of them. If we manage to get them to the table, there is much more potential here than in welchem or Agnolia. Because they are one of the most important countries in CSP, a deal with Welk's is a ticket to bring Sotland closer to the United Container Sphere. We should do whatever we can to get them on our side. I agree. Welk's is certainly powerful enough to deter Ramburg. Moving on to Lesbia. Our southern neighbor is one of the wealthiest countries in Eastern Macopa. A trade deal with them would be very beneficial, not just for our economy, but also for our regional and international presence. Not to mention that they are in the Acasian sphere. Because we would be following through with our promise to lean westwards. This would also strengthen our water base. Indeed, this deal could also be the first step in aligning ourselves with Lesbia, or maybe even entering ATO. A trade deal with Lesbia could open many doors for us. True, a country as influential as Lesbia could help elevate our economy. That is it for the overview. As to the actual contests of the trade deal, Lucian pulled out his small notebook and quickly flipped through the pages, until he landed on the right one. Looking at my stats here, we now have a small tungsten surplus, which makes an excellent resource for trade. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I need to know your decision before we can proceed. What should we do? Beide! Excellent news! I will begin at once. That was all I had for today. Thank you for coming. Thank you, gentlemen. Joseph saluted as we left the White Room. Gut, dann war's es mit der Folge. Haben wir 2 neue Trade-Deals, die wir verhandeln in den nächsten Folgen. Ich weiß noch nicht, ob das gleich jetzt übernächste Folge ist. Und unsere Economy ist gestiegen. Yeah. Und ich würde sagen, das war's mit der Folge. Lasst uns ein Like und ein Abo, wenn es euch gefallen hat. Schaut beim nächsten Mal wieder vorbei. Morgen 14 Uhr geht's weiter und tschüss.